Very- All right, so is everybody ready? Get comfortable in your seat. And we'll get started in just a moment here. And so today is the culmination of our 5 wisdom Dakinis practice. So in the last 5 weeks, each week we've dedicated the week to each Dakini. And so some of you have been here for all of it. Some of you have been for some of it or watched the YouTube videos. And basically, I just want to welcome you here and thank you for supporting and being with us, however you were able to get here. And I'm here with Jo Haight Sarling at her home in Cocoa Beach, Florida. And I'm going to turn the camera so you can see her. And she is the hostess with the mostest. So she's hosted the 5 Dakini practices at her home. And I'm in a condo down the street. And I met her practicing with Harish Wallace. And I found out that she was in Cocoa Beach and I was in Cocoa Beach. So we've gotten together and done a lot of practicing together. So we are studying the book, Wisdom Rising, Journey into the Mandala of the Empowered Feminine by Lama Tsultrim Allione. And in this book, she outlines the 5 Dakini practices of the Mandala of the Empowered Feminine. And in our study group here, we've learned all the different parts of the practice. So first of all, just to reiterate, the mandala is a cosmological system, a worldview through enlightened eyes. And through the mandala, each Dakini is experienced as a particular aspect of the sacred feminine. So in this practice, we use visualization, sound, and meditation to transform those aspects of the encumbered pattern, and that means untransformed aspect, to an unencumbered wisdom aspect of each Dakini. And the key to this type of awakening in the 5 Dakini mandala is recognizing the appearances in the world as the radiance of the one ground, the mandala, and our true embodied nature. And we are the vast awakened universe itself. The mandala is the ground, and the practice of the mandala of the 5 Dakinis is an uncovering of the awakened wisdom that already resides everywhere and in everything. And the practice is a transformation and just really an uncovering of the wisdom energy of the universe. So, it's a means to our innate wholeness. And the Dakinis actually push us through our own blockages, patterns, samskaras. So we're just really recognizing our own energies and working with them. There's no good or bad. It's just energy. And we're breaking through in these practices. So first of all, we're going to start with some opening mantras and the non-dual invocation. So we'll first start with a pure motive prayer. So get comfortable, situate yourself, ground yourself. May I practice out of love for myself with the desire to know the truth for the benefit of all beings. And we'll do a few more opening mantras. And if you know them, you can sing along. Otherwise, just listen, imbibe the sounds. So Om Namah Shivaya Gurave, Sachidananda Mutaye, Nishprapanchaya Shantaya, Nira Lambaya Tejase. I open my heart to the power of grace that lives in us as goodness and is never absent and radiates peace and lights the way to transformation. We'll also do the non-dual mantras, the non-dual invocation. And this is from the Shiva Mahimna Stotra. And you can sing along. Forgive my voice, not that great, but try to sing it as best as I can. Joe's going to sing here with me. So Atma Tvam Girija Mati Sahachara Prana Sariram Guram Puja Te Vishvayo Prabhogarachana Nidra Samadhi Stiti Shankara Pradayo Pradakshina Vidi Stotrani Sarva Giro Yad Yad Karma Karomi Tata Dakilaham Shambho Tavaranam Jaya Jaya Karuna Bodhe Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Just one. All right. So you are my essence. The goddess is my mind. My pranas are your attendants. The body, your temple. Enjoying the objects of the senses is my worship of you. My sleep is your state of samadhi. And wherever I walk, I am performing pradakshina. I'm walking around you. All my words are hymns of praise to you. Whatever actions I perform, they are all the worship of you, O benevolent goddess. All right, so let us begin. The mandala of the 5 wisdom dakinis. This is a Tibetan Buddhist tantric practice. And so we'll just do one of the first things they do is they take what's called refuge. So visualize the mandala of the sacred feminine. And I'm going to put a picture up on the screen so that you can see it. Basically, bear with me here. I have to share my screen. Hold on. Share screen. Here we go. All right. So here is the mandala. So you can see there's the white Buddha in the middle. At the bottom is the blue Vraja Buddha. To the left is the Ratna Dakini. To the north is the Padma red lotus fire Dakini. And to the north is the Karma Dakini, the green Dakini. And so here's just a visualize this mandala. Visualize yourself as the center of the mandala. And here again, you can see here's a yogi meditating in his hut, and he's surrounded by the 5 wisdom dakinis. Here's the book again, and here's another tanka of the 5 dakinis with the Buddha dakini in the center, surrounded by the other 4, north, south, east, and west. And here we're transforming our energies into rainbow light. And eventually in this practice, in the final culmination, our bodies become this rainbow light. So here's just some visuals for you. All right. So visualize the mandala of the 5 wisdom dakinis in front of you as the heart essence of all the refuges. In the center is the white Buddha dakini. In front of her is the blue Vraja dakini. To her right is the yellow Ratna dakini, and behind her the Buddha dakini. And then there's the red Padma dakini, and to her left is the green Karma dakini. So I take refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. So the example, Buddha is the example, and then the teachings, and then all of us, that's the Sangha, the companions on the path, creating a beautiful synergy, supporting each other in our practice. And this raises what they call bodhicitta. That's the energy of your spiritual practice. And knowing the heart essence of your being and that of all beings, being primordially awake and manifesting as ceaseless compassion. So cultivating the attention to practice in order to single-handedly place all living beings, and that includes your family, your parents, your neighbors, your city, your state, your country, the entire world. And you want them to be in the state of the five primordial wisdoms. So dissolve the mandala and rest for a time in just the primordial purity. So you've kind of set up the energy here. Inhale and exhale. Just take time to tune in to your own consciousness expanding. Feel the back of your body. Feel the front of your body. Feel your head floating on top of your neck. And now we'll start manifesting the mandala of the 5 wisdom Dakinis. Imagine you are sitting in the center of the mandala and you become the white Buddha Dakini. Become the fierce, luminescent white Buddha Dakini. She stands on a sun disk, Joe, the ticking. She stands, Joe has to turn the clock off. She stands on a sun disk on a white lotus with her right leg raised and her left leg extended in the dancing posture, surrounded by blazing wisdom flames. So she's on fire. She is space. You can think of her as your middle finger. She is the center of the mandala. She holds a wheel ornamented trigug. That's a hooked knife in her raised right hand. And in her left hand at her heart, she has the skull cup, which is the blood of transformation. In her left crook of her left arm, she has the Khatvanga staff, the symbol of the hidden consort. And that's what that means, is the skillful means and compassion. And so that just rests in the crook of her left arm. You might even think of it as like almost like a trident, like Shiva has a trident. Her 3 eyes of wisdom gaze into fathomless space. And in her heart is the white seed syllable BAM, B-A-M, on a sun disk, on a white lotus. She is the embodiment of the transformation of confusion, spaciness, procrastination, and ignorance. And she transforms all of those parts of ourselves into what's called all-encompassing wisdom. So we will repeat the seed syllable BAM in a low voice 3 times. The first time that we repeat that seed syllable, I want you to manifest yourself as the Buddha Dakini. Become the white Buddha Dakini. Take a deep inhale. Bam, bam, bam. On our second repetition of the seed syllable BAM, we're going to send rainbow light out to all the wisdom beings in the universe. And they can be teachers, siddhas, masters, loved ones, guides. And we're going to send that light out. And that light has little hooks on it. So take a deep inhale, low voice. Sending the light out to the wisdom beings. When we repeat the third, that primordial wisdom light with the little hooks on it returns from the siddhas, the saints, the masters, the teachers and guides, and returns from them to you. You are the Buddha Dakini, and this activates the white Buddha Dakini in you. So take a deep inhale. The primordial rainbow light returns from the wisdom beings, and the Buddha Dakini within you is fully activated. Now, wherever you're sitting, just imagine that you're moving from the center towards the east. If it's easy for you to move, then otherwise just imagine it. So move to the east and become the blue Vraja Dakini. Become the fierce, luminescent, dark blue Vraja Dakini. She stands on a sun disk on a blue lotus, and her right leg is raised and her left leg extended in the dancing posture, surrounded by blazing wisdom flames. She is the index finger. She is the element water. She holds the Vraja ornamented knife, the hooked knife, the trigug, in her raised right hand. And the skull cup of transformation is held in her left hand at her heart. The Khatvanga staff, the symbol of the hidden consort, skillful means, and compassion, rests in the crook of her left arm. Her three eyes of wisdom gaze into fathomless space. In her heart is the blue seed syllable Ha, H-A, on a sun disk, on a blue lotus. She is the embodiment of transformation of anger, envy, jealousy, and pride into wisdom, mirror-like wisdom. So the mirror is non-judgmental. It reflects back in purity. There is no story about the reflection. And that's why mirror-like wisdom is such a pure thing. So she reflects the anger back. There's no story with the anger. And then you just have like a transformed energy. Think of it as energy. So repeat the seed syllable Ha 3 times. First, in the first time, you're going to manifest yourself as the blue Vraja Dakini. Take a deep inhale. Manifesting yourself, become the blue Vraja Dakini. In our second repetition of the seed syllable, you're going to send the light out to the wisdom beings, the siddhas, the masters, the guides, the loved ones. Take a deep inhale. Sending the rainbow light out to the wisdom beings. In our third repetition of the seed syllable, Ha, The primordial wisdom light returns back from the siddhas, the saints, the masters, the wisdom beings. And the blue Vraja Dakini within yourself is fully activated. Inhale. Ha. Ha. The primordial wisdom light, the rainbow light returns from the wisdom beings, and you are now the blue Vraja Dakini, fully activated. Now move to the south, turning to your right, or just imagine it, and become, my favorite, the yellow Ratna Dakini. Become the fierce, luminescent, golden yellow Ratna Dakini. She stands on a sun disk on a yellow lotus, and her right leg is raised and her left leg extended in the dancing posture, surrounded by blazing wisdom flames. The wish-fulfilling jewel is with her. Her element is earth. She holds the jewel-ornamented trigug, the hooked knife, in her raised right hand. The transformational skull cup is held in her left hand at her heart. The Katvanga staff, the symbol of the hidden consort, the skillful means and compassion, rests in the crook of her left arm. Her three eyes of wisdom gaze into fathomless space. And in her heart is the yellow seed syllable Ri, R-I, on a sun disk, on a yellow lotus. She is the embodiment of the transformation of pride into the wisdom of equanimity. So we will repeat the seed syllable again 3 times for the Ratna Dakini. First, you'll manifest yourself as the Ratna Dakini, the golden yellow Ratna Dakini. Take a deep inhale in a low voice. The second repetition of the seed syllable will send the light out to all the wisdom beings, masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides. Take a deep inhale. Sending the light out to the wisdom beings. On a third repetition of Re, the rainbow light, the primordial wisdom is hooked, and the light returns from our masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides, our wisdom beings. And the Ratna, golden yellow Ratna Dakini within you is fully activated. Inhale. The yellow Ratna, golden yellow Ratna Dakini manifested and fully activated in your being. Now move to the west, or imagine you move to the west, turning to your right, and become the red Padma Dakini. Become the fierce, luminescent red Padma Dakini. She stands on a sun disk on a red lotus with her right leg raised and her left leg extended in the dancing posture, surrounded by blazing wisdom flames. The element is fire. Her symbol is the red lotus, and her direction is the west. She holds the lotus ornamented trigug hooked knife in her raised right hand. The skull cup is held in her left hand at her heart. The Katvanga staff, the symbol of her hidden consort, skillful means and compassion, rests in the crook of her left arm. Her three eyes of wisdom gaze into fathomless space. In her heart is the red seed syllable ni, N-I, on a sun disk, on a red lotus. She is the embodiment of transformation, of craving, striving into the wisdom of discernment. So we will repeat re, the seed syllable re, 3 times. The first time, manifest yourself as the red Padma Dakini. Inhale. Manifesting yourself as the red Padma Dakini. On our second repetition, we'll send the light out to the wisdom beings, the siddhas, the saints, the masters. Take an inhale. Sending the light out to the wisdom beings. So that light goes out to the wisdom beings. And on our third repetition of the seed syllable, the primordial rainbow light wisdom, that light returns from the wisdom beings, the masters, the siddhas, the saints, and the red Padma Dakini is fully activated within you. Inhale. The primordial wisdom light returns from the wisdom beings, and the red Padma Dakini is fully activated within you. Now imagine or move to the north, turning to your right, and become the green, the luminescent green Karma Dakini. Become the fierce, transcendent green, tropical green Karma Dakini. She stands on a sun disk on a green lotus with her right leg raised and her left leg extended in the dancing posture. Surrounded by blazing wisdom flames, her element is air, and her symbol is the sword. Her color is luminescent green, and she holds the sword ornamented trigug hooked knife, very penetrating knife, in her raised right hand. The skull cup of transformation is held in her left hand at her heart. The Katvanga staff, symbol of the hidden consort, skillful means and compassion, rests in the crook of her left arm. Her three eyes of wisdom gaze into the fathomless space, and in her heart is the green seed syllable sa, S-A, on a sun disk, on a green lotus. She is the embodiment of the transformation of jealousy, envy, competition into what they call all accomplishing wisdom. meaning, hey, it's already done. You don't need to push it. So we'll repeat the seed syllable 3 times. S-A, sa. First time you're going to manifest yourself as the green karma Dakini. Take a deep inhale. You are the green karma Dakini. On our second repetition, we're going to send the light out to the siddhas, the saints, the masters, the teachers, the wisdom beings. Take a deep inhale. The rainbow light goes out to the wisdom beings, has little hooks on it. And in our third repetition, that rainbow light, that primordial wisdom, that truth, that light returns from the wisdom beings, and the karma Dakini, the green karma Dakini, is fully activated. Take a deep inhale. The green karma Dakini is fully activated within you. Now, visualize or imagine yourself returning to your original position in the center of the mandala, and rest your mind in the vastness of uncontrived awareness, the ground of being, deeply experiencing the actual embodiment of the mandala of the 5 Dakinis, the luminous manifestation of the 5 rainbow primordial wisdoms. So just experience yourself as the mandala of the 5 Dakinis. You've manifested the 5 Dakinis within you, the Buddha in the center, in the east, the blue Vraja, in the south, the yellow Ratna, in the west, the red Padma, and in the north, the green karma Dakini. And we'll repeat right now in a row the 5 seed syllables. We'll start with Bam. Bam. And now Ha. 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 And now Re. Re. And now Ni. Ni. And now Sa. 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 Bam, Ha, Re, Ni, and Sa. And now we are going to dissolve each Dakini of the retinue into the central Buddha Dakini. So right now, I want you to visualize yourself as the white Buddha Dakini in the center. The element is space. Seed, syllable, bam. Become the white central Buddha Dakini. So in order, starting with the blue Vraja Dakini in the east. Her element is water. Seed, syllable, ha. She dissolves into blue light, and then that light dissolves into the heart of the central Buddha Dakini. The blue light spreads throughout your body. Your body is the Buddha Dakini, and the Vraja Dakini dissolves into the Buddha Dakini. Visualize and feel the blue light moving inside yourself. And in the same way, now sound the seed syllable ha as the blue Vraja Dakini dissolves into the central Buddha Dakini. Inhale. Blue Vraja Dakini dissolves into the central white Buddha Dakini. Now, visualize the yellow Ratna Dakini facing south. She is earth. Her symbol is the wish-fulfilling jewel. Her seed syllable is re. Sound the seed syllable re as the yellow Ratna Dakini dissolves into the Buddha Dakini. And she dissolves right in there with the Vraja Dakini. So we'll sound the seed syllable re as the yellow Ratna Dakini dissolves into the Buddha Dakini in the center. Inhale. So the yellow Ratna Dakini dissolves into the Buddha Dakini with the Vraja Dakini. Now, visualize yourself as the red, fiery Padma Dakini facing west. Her symbol, the red lotus. Her seed syllable, ni. Sound the seed syllable ni as the red Padma Dakini dissolves into the central Buddha Dakini with the Ratna Dakini and with the Vraja Dakini. Inhale. Ni. The red Padma Dakini dissolves into the Buddha Dakini. She is in there with the Ratna, the yellow Dakini, and the Vraja Dakini, the blue Dakini. Now, visualize yourself as the green Karma Dakini. The direction is north. Her symbol is the sword. Her element is air. Her seed syllable is sa. Sound the seed syllable sa as the green Karma Dakini dissolves into the central Buddha Dakini. So take a deep inhale. The green Karma Dakini dissolves into the central Buddha Dakini. See and feel the colors and the light of each Dakini swirling inside you as the white Buddha Dakini. The Buddha Dakini's body is filled with swirling rainbow light. Visualize, imagine it, feel that rainbow light swirling within you. And I'm going to share the screen. Wait a second here. So I just put up on the screen the swirling rainbow light. Imagine yourself as the white Buddha Dakini, as the swirling rainbow light. See and feel the colors and the light of each Dakini swirling inside you. You are the white Buddha Dakini, and the white Buddha Dakini's body is full of swirling rainbow light. Now, you are going to sound the seed syllable BAM, B-A-M. And when you sound that seed syllable, the Buddha Dakini, with all the rainbow light, dissolves into the BAM in her heart. And the BAM dissolves into emptiness. Inhale. The Buddha Dakini dissolves into the BAM in her heart, and then the BAM dissolves into emptiness. Rest in the ensuing, open, radiant, unfabricated presence. We will meditate for a few moments. And very slowly, easefully, and gently, just as slow as molasses. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back to your consciousness a little bit. The 5 wisdom Dakinis. Each are experienced as a particular aspect of the sacred feminine. And when we reemerge as the mandala of the 5 Dakinis, as we do a little dedication of merit. So any merit gained through this practice of the mandala of the 5 Dakinis bring all beings to the realization of the 5 wisdoms and the 5 lights. And through that blessing, may all beings, without one exception, be liberated. So the Dakini is a dynamic principle of energy itself. A positive contact with her brings about a sense of freshness and magic, and she becomes a guide and a consort who activates intuitive understanding and profound awareness. And so I'd like to end with the Purna mantras. So, Om Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purna, Purnamuda Ushate, Purnasya, Purna Adaya, Purnam Iva Vashishate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, that outer world is Purna, the full with divine consciousness. From Purna is manifested Purna. And from the fullness of divine consciousness, the world is manifested. Taking that Purna, that fullness from the Purna fullness, only Purna remains, because divine consciousness, it's non-dual and infinite. Om, peace, peace, peace. May there be happiness in all. May there be peace in all. May there be completeness in all. May there be success in all. The 5 Dakinis practices work with transforming the encumbered energies, the samskaras, such as procrastination, neediness, envy, jealousy, anger, fear, into the wisdom energies of the evolved, transformed Dakinis, and they manifest in an unencumbered view. So this mandala, the circle, the elemental energies, the directional energies, the visualization, the seed syllables, all used in our Dakini practice. Remember that the Dakini is a messenger of spaciousness, a force of truth, a transitional primal power, fierce compassion for change and upliftment. So I believe that the recognition of feminine empowerment holds a key to our cultural evolution, and that the awareness of the practices like the 5 Dakinis are just so important to our times. So I highly recommend that if you don't get the book, read it, become one with it, get a taste for it, practice. We are in our practice sessions in the past 5 weeks, and this is our 6th week. We've experienced each one of the Dakinis. We've used the meditation energy to transform ourselves. So I want to thank you all for practicing the 5 Dakinis meditations in all the and your support, your intentions, your synergy, and just holding space for the practice. So I'd like to open up the room for any shares, experiences, comments, whatever you have. Everyone has a chance to speak. And so if you want to just unmute yourself and speak, we'd love to hear from you. So Dave, you look like you want to say something. They've been here. They were here physically for a few weeks. Now they're on their sailboat and they've come to every single session. How was it for you?
It's been an amazing journey, and just, specifically this particular session, I think it became cumulative for me, maybe in this session, but also through the last 5 weeks, and I noticed through this, one of the characteristics I noticed was the influence of sound that had on me, and that really was kind of a new experience and really beautiful. And the sound combined with the repetition of the sound and the different kind of imagery was very beautiful. And so, yeah, thank you so much, Melissa. It's been wonderful.
Well, thank you. And we have to thank Joe too.
Yes. Thank you, Joe, of course.
Here, we'll turn for Joe. Here, she's around.
Oops, we didn't have
Hi, Joe.
one of these places I am.
Are you on there?
I don't know, maybe.
Can you see Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
There's Joe. Joe, do you have to share anything?
Just thank you all. Yes, I agree with Dave. It's very cumulative and becomes extremely powerful. Thank you.
Jonah, while we have the mic open, how's it going for you?
It was really wonderful and just great to put it all together. And I loved your visuals, Melissa, and the vigor and in your voice for each of these different Dakinis really helped me feel them really quickly, and then to have it all melt back into the white Dakini was totally amazing. I mean, I definitely felt all this colors swirling and coming together for a moment. That was really amazing. And thank you for all these sessions. It's
right.
really amazing. Thank you.
I know, and it's been great to just take that time to practice it. So you could read the book and it would just go whoom, right over you. So taking that little time to go piece by piece and practicing it was really amazing. Right. So thank you. Anything else?
No.
All right. So we hope to see you. I'm leaving here the end of March. So
We'll be there.
you'll be there. You're coming before there. So you're going to be sailing back up from Miami.
That's the plan.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you when you get here. Give us a call.
We will.
All right. Thank you. All right. Who's next? Who has something else? Who has something to say?
Just wanted to say thank you, Melissa. Better late than never. I don't know. I got your invitation on Facebook, and I've actually tuned into some of the live streams of the Lama and her, the women that also teach at the center there. I believe it's in California. I can't remember where.
It's in Colorado, Tara Mandala.
Colorado. Yes,
Yeah.
Tara Mandala. We're connected on Facebook. So this just, the Dakinis have been on my mind, my heart for a long time, because I'm also a meditation teacher and a Buddhist. So with
Oh.
different traditions. So I wanted to facilitate this type of meditative journey for my students online. I work online and I have my own healing practice. So I just wondered if you had any insights about that, or if any of this was recorded that I missed, are there PDFs or guided meditation journeys that I can share with my students and clients?
Yes, I mean, we've recorded everything onto YouTube. So
Okay.
it's on my YouTube channel. And do I have your email?
Yeah, you sent me the Zoom link for today, but
Okay,
first you
so-
invited me on Facebook, and I don't know how we're connected, but I'm really happy that it was really beautiful. I'm really into color therapy, and it really felt amazing. The energy was very pure and
Well,
very powerful. So I'm all about divine feminine empowerment. I do a lot of goddess and priestess work. So
it's all in
I
here.
I know. It just seems like a really big book. And
Well,
I
that's-
have so many books I'm already reading. So it's like, it's about timing too, just like today. So
Right.
I trust that. Yeah. But I mean, I'd like to go deeper than this. This was a great introduction because I felt that the way you guided us, it was very simple and very easy to follow for people who aren't Buddhist practitioners or who don't have a background in goddess or Dakini work or divine empowerment, divine feminine empowerment. So this was great, but I'd definitely like to, I mean, my first introduction to Buddhism, like 20 years ago, was Tibetan. And then I got into Japanese, which is Nichiren, the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, for the last almost like 17 years, and now Plum Village with Thich Nhat Hanh. So I love all forms of Buddhism, but this is something that feels really special for me, that it could be the direction that I'm meant to walk on now, because it's, it's led by female lamas. And I just feel like in the traditional Buddhism, it's mostly male dominated, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's usually, I'm like one of the only women that show
Right.
up to the sanghas and
Right.
the services. So this feels right for me. So I'd like to go deeper if you
Well,
have any.
just not to
Mhm.
interrupt you, but Tara Mandala is having a 5 Dakini online retreat coming up in a couple of weeks. So if you get
Okay.
on their mailing list, you could probably really go to the source. The reason that I
Yeah.
had the practice group is because I got the book, and I also have the book on audio. So I was listening because Lama Tsultrim actually, talks in the book, and she was guiding the meditations that she has in here on the audio. And so I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm a healer, and I teach Reiki and all those
Yeah,
things.
me too.
And the whole feminine empowerment has become really important for me. And also I've been studying the various female teachers that were gurus, that were teachers. And we don't know an awful lot about them because a lot of times they didn't write any scriptures down, or they were changed to be the prostitutes, the whores, the Mary Magdalenes, whatever they were, or the low-class women that the men consorted with, kind of thing. So in Tibetan
Yeah.
Buddhism, in the Tantric Tibetan Buddhism, there's several well-known female teachers, and this is, one of their practices that's come down. So it seemed legitimate to kind of take it apart. And so that's what the study group was about, was learning it so that I could learn it. This is all, we're just learning here, You know, I didn't charge money for this because we're all just studying it. We're all just evolving as people ourselves. So wherever this takes you, then great.
Yes, I
you.
remember also learning about a Tibetan healer, a woman who did she have a certain healing practice that is very famous? And there were books written about her. I found out about her through the Lama. So I don't know if you know who that is, but there's
I
a certain
don't.
Buddhist healing protocol. So I'd love to learn more, but thank you for inviting me and thank you for offering this
Sure.
for free. That was very
All right.
generous of you.
All right. Well, thank you, Vandana, for coming.
You.
All right.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything they want to contribute or say or share? How about you, Margaret? My Mandakini.
You read my mind. Yes, it was so lovely. And Shubha, I love how you took your time going through everything. And it was very helpful for me because, you know, you were very present with every word that you said, and the flow of it was flawless. And I really appreciated that. And just hearing about the different Dakinis and how you know, they're in all directions and in colors, and just they're everywhere in nature. And it was fabulous.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think some of you were online when Margaret and I were in the Siddha Yoga meditation ashram together in like the late 80s and the 90s. And her
Yeah.
spiritual name is Mandakini. And we always used to wonder about what was a Dakini like. It was like an angel. It was a flying being, that kind of thing. And so
Yeah.
now it's revealed to us now.
After all these years.
Right. All these years later, and there is no such thing as time. So
That's right. Yeah.
the connection is always there, no matter
That's
what.
for sure. Yeah.
All right.
So thank you.
Anything else, Margaret? So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah.
No, it was lovely. Thank you.
All right. All right. Love you.
I love you too.
All right. All right. Who is next? How about the UK? We have two people in the UK. We have Claire and
Wow.
Harry. Argentina already went off. She said thank you to everyone.
Yeah, well, I would just like to say thank you so much for your generosity in offering this. I'm very new to meditation, but I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed the peacefulness of it, and really enjoyed practicing with all of you who have shown up and practiced together. It's been really lovely. It feels very peaceful to me, and very kind of radiant at the same time. So it's been a really lovely, enriching experience. Thank you so much to everybody.
It's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Anything else?
I think so right at the moment. No.
That's enough. It's okay. Thank you for coming, Claire.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie, do you have anything to say? Oh, you have to unmute.
Oh, thank you. This has been absolutely wonderful. And I don't see many people, but you know, when I do it, it's like they're all there. They all keep coming in, and I've seen them dancing around me. It's just so beautiful. What a gift. What an absolute treasure. And I love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. And it's so great to meet you after all these years.
Yes.
All right, Shraddha, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. First, I want to thank you and Joe for your generosity. This was very lovely, and so generous of you. So I appreciate that. The other thing I felt this time was every time my dog's here. She's a Dakini dog. So when each time a new Dakini came in, I could feel it just kind of enter me and make itself known, and having sort of a little bit of bumping here and a bumping there, and going, it was just so sweet, and I felt that integration with all of them. I think that's the word you used, integration. And it was just a lovely experience. So thanks.
And it's lovely to also be with you and practice with you, Shraddha. And we've been talking for years online. And so it's great to actually get together and have a little practice.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. And give all your dogs a big hug and kiss. And Vraja, how are you today?
I just want to say thank you. That's all I want to say.
That's fine. That's all you need to say, Vraja. Thank you. And your smile says it all.
Good.
Your smile, your attention, your focus, and your love come right through the screen.
Good.
Good.
That's good. Yours too.
Joe, do you have
Everybody.
anything else you want to stay? Joe's going to come over too. So thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And I never even bond to Vaughn.
I really just came over so I can see all of you. But wasn't that lovely to be filled with the rainbow light as all the Dakinis dissolved into our being as the Buddha Dakini, and then we were just all a rainbow light inside. I particularly love that. So thank you all for really making the group field very powerful as we've practiced together.
Thank you.
All right. So does anybody else have anything pressing? Otherwise, I know that Vandana had to leave, and also Utente had to leave, and they said thank you to us all. So I like to keep it at an hour, and we went over because this was a little longer practice than what we usually do. And I'll have the recording up later on today. And so now we have a recording of it. So you can always just listen to the recording and do the practice as well. Any other questions or concerns? I'd like to start another group in the future, and maybe do a feeding the demons group, something like that. And I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So that's a different practice. That's what they call a chod practice. And it also comes down from Tibetan Buddhism, and it comes down through a woman teacher. What's her name? Oh yeah, Machi Lapdran. And she, she's very well-known teacher in Tibet, and there's a lot of books written on her. And in fact, Lama Tsultrim Allione is known as an emanation of Machik. So Machik had a chod practice, which was a way of cutting off your, well, you could call it demons or anything that, or some skaras or issues or, things that you're holding on to. And so it's a way of releasing those kind of things. She Americanized the practice, and it's called Feed the Demons. And there's a book called Feed the Demons by Lama Tsultrim Allione. I don't have the book with me, or I'd hold it. Oh, wait a minute. Joe has it. I'll hold it up for you. Joe and I have been working a little bit with these practices, extremely powerful practices, feeding your demons. And so I might want to have a little online group with it. Also, if you're really interested in it, Lama Tsultrim is doing an online course. I think it just starts in a few days. I haven't signed up for it because I'm doing she did a lung the other day, and she gave us initiations for green Tara, for Chod, which is feeding the demons, and a couple of other things. And so I chose to study the green Tara. So I'm taking the green Tara course at taramandala.org. And green Tara is from the karma family. So now that you understand the karma family, you know, the envy, the jealousy, the pride, the kind of thing, you can start to understand the unencumbered energy of the green karma family. And that is the green, we studied it in the green Dakini, but to know that the green Tara is from that family makes a lot of sense. So I understand her deeply right away before even starting the course. And I'm like on the second day or something. So they have a lot of different courses. You have to pick and choose because you can really only do one thing at a time. So if anyone's doing the green Tara course, let me know, because we can compare notes and that kind of thing. And if anyone's interested in doing a little feeding the demons Zoom online thing, let me know. I'm going to be traveling back to Massachusetts in a month. And so I'll be here and then I'll be there. All right. What doesn't matter. Well, I'm with Zoom, who cares? I won't be with Joe though. Maybe she'll join me online. All right. Anybody have anything else before we sign off? All right. So good to see you. Love you all. Thank you all for your synergies, support, your love, and your practice. Being able to practice with other people is hugely important. So very good. Namaste.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to end the meeting. It's hard to go.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.